Now for the real reason why I'm up here right now. There's been some complaints in the Facebook group, the Harrison Hot Springs Facebook group, and also the local newspapers about people going missing up here in the woods. I feel somewhat responsible just because I am aware of some Galantean activity in this area. So I thought I'd take this moment to investigate the woods and see if there's something that I can uncover, some evidence of the activity. And maybe I'm hoping, maybe it's not people who've been using my workout programs, but it's actually some sort of wild animal, werewolf, dragon, I don't know, end of the world type of guy. Somebody stomping around up there instead of people that have been using my workout programs. Because I don't think my website can weather this type of bad press. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just people using my workout programs. I can't have them going around terrorizing the villagers. So let's take a look. I know you're out here. For the love of God, stop eating people.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Glam Bodybuilding, and today I thought I'd talk to you about trying new stuff. You know, because sometimes you get in your rut and you're trying one program or another, or you've been doing the same program for 20 years, and the same exercises, the same, you know, the same basic lifts, which is good. It's good to stick with what works, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? you could do that to a point. But once in a while, just for your own sanity, it is good to deviate from what you know to be true, just to see, you know, what else is going on with the body. It's part of the dance of life, right? So sometimes you'll have to break your own rules, or at least if you want to evolve past your sticking point, you may have to try something new when it comes down to your training, such as doing you know, a different angle of attack on a certain body part. Like I just put up that tricep superset video that you can check out right here. I'll put it right here. And in that video, I was doing some tricep kickbacks. Now, for the longest time, I was not doing tricep kickbacks because I don't like holding the arms up, and I find that my rear delt starts to hit fatigue sometimes before the triceps do, and so forth. But I decided to attack this exercise from a different point of view and got some results from it, and I enjoy it. It actually makes my workouts more enjoyable, and I'm noticing I'm getting that squeeze sort of scenario in the tricep, which I wasn't getting from French curls and close grip bench and so forth. So it's good to somehow break free of your own mold, although sometimes some people will think you're nuts, right? You know, I was thinking I'm just going to start leg pressing and doing lunges more often rather than squatting. I'm just going to give up squats for a while. What do you think? Are you f***ing crazy? Are you f***ing crazy? Do you think you're a wizard or something? Wizard? Why would you even say something like that? And, you know, somebody talked to me about an open mind. Jason, you should have an open mind with certain things. Well, the funny thing is sometimes people suggest stuff to me, but they don't realize that I've already tried that stuff, or I've already used that technique, or I do use that technique on a constant basis, but I don't tell everybody everything that I'm doing, right? Ultimately, I share with you what I think will benefit you. That's the purpose of these videos. I don't share with you every single thing that happens in my life and what I'm doing all the time, right? This is not like the Truman Show, you know what I'm saying? So. Don't worry, guys. I'm just another Galantean here. You don't have to eat me. All right? I'm just here to ask you a couple questions. I'll give you a couple workout tips if you're nice to me. You know, you don't have to bite my leg or anything. So the bottom line is that if you've tried something and you found it doesn't work, you know, maybe several years in the future, maybe it will work for you because your body's always shifting and changing. Maybe there's different injuries, different things to consider. But at the same time, yeah, don't feel bad if you're not getting the same result as somebody else, because that just might be your own body's language. But one thing you're going to notice is that when you get outside your comfort zone here and there, or outside your box, you may get some wickedly awesome results. And that's something that I just want to make sure that you know. Like, no matter what I'm teaching on here, I'm just giving suggestions of things to try. I'm not saying this is the end all be all and the only way to train. I'm saying that you have to break the present structure in the whole fitness industry in order to basically see what works for you, rather than just following the blueprints that are perpetuated by the, you know, the commandments of training right now, right? This goes beyond trends. This goes beyond like the next fad diet or whatever. It's more about really learning how to use your own awareness and find out what works for you, and also continually expand that experiment into new territories. And it may change. That's the frustrating thing. Like, there's some stuff that I do in my training now that I would have never considered when I was 20 years old. Let me just think, what would that be? What would that be? For instance, sometimes I go for a week or two without shoulder pressing, just doing lateral raises or bent over laterals, where a long time ago I'd be like, no, I have to shoulder press all the time, because I was kind of brainwashed into that, thinking that shoulder presses are the best possible thing all the time. And maybe I was right about that at that time in my life, but right now it's definitely not the truth. So what applies to you is going to change, and it's really good for you to have a flexible mind around that. And this applies to many things, you know, like, for instance, say you're married to, like, and I know this all the time, that some people are married to their present level of education. Say they went to school for a certain occupation, like, say their schooling was really good for them to be able to program on the Commodore 64, right? But now that education no longer applies, but they're like, no, I'm going to keep applying for jobs to be a Commodore 64 programmer, and then there's no jobs out there. You know, they have to move into some sort of level of evolution or education in a different area or something in order to be applicable or marketable in this market right now. And yeah, sometimes your body's like that. It's almost like it needs certain things and totally rejects other things when it comes down to certain exercises or even diets, right? Anyway, break your own rules, find new exercises, try new programs, and see what works, because in the end, what works is what's important. It isn't about who's right, it's about what works. And what works for you is even more important, because what works for this guy or that guy might be totally different. So I know this is something I've said 1,000 times, but every time something, like, say I post a video about something, it's funny. Sometimes I do this on purpose. I actually stir people up on purpose. Well, maybe not on purpose, but sometimes I know that, oh, maybe I shouldn't post this video because I know it's going to trigger some people, because I can see where people are locked into seeing the world a certain way, instead of just saying, hey, what works? Who cares? As long as it works, right? Whatever works, it has to be the truth for you. So maybe it doesn't apply to somebody else, but it has to be the truth for you. So continue to search for that. Continue to embark upon that journey, and that is going to make you more successful in bodybuilding and all aspects of your life, honestly. Mountain. So I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturallandbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain. This could be a sign that they're making a gym here. This could be a sign of a gym. I understand that the Galantians aren't really happy with these gym lockdowns we've been experiencing here in Canada right now, so they're a little irate. It's probably a good idea for me not to be up here right now. So for my own safety, I'm going to try to vacate the premises as safely as possible. And one thing I've read about the Galantians is that they don't do well with aggressive displays, aggressive behavior displays. They're kind of like apes in a certain way. So really what I want to do when I leave here is leave in the most beta way possible. You know, I don't want to be strutting around like an alpha male, so I want to be as beta as possible. And unfortunately, I don't have a mask. If I had a mask, I'd put one of those on, because that is a sure sign that I'm a beta and I am not intimidating to these territorial monsters. But I'm gonna try and vacate this area as easily as possible, quietly, and I'll try not to do a lat spread, because a lat spread is definitely going to piss them off, you know. So, okay guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, if I make it home. If I make it home. Natural Gland.